want to welcome Representative Stephen Horsford, a Democrat from Nevada and chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. Congressman, we thank you so much for joining us. We just listened to Tyre Nichols' mother explain what she would like to hear from those officers and from President Biden tonight as well. What would you and your caucus members want to hear tonight from the president?
Well, first, we were very honored to invite and welcome the family, the parents of Tyre Nichols. They will be sitting with the First Lady in her box, and the President will speak to the American people. Look, this is bigger than just the members of Congress. This is about a public safety issue around policing that affects all communities, but disproportionately affects Black and brown communities. And what we want the President to do is to use this moment to speak to the hearts of the American people about the need for transparency, accountability, and standards to lift up the profession of policing and to ensure that bad policing doesn't exist anywhere in America.
A major sticking point in the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act is the issue of qualified immunity, which protects officers from liability and which many are calling to eliminate. Do you see room for negotiation on this really contentious topic?
We have to, because this is about the lives that have been lost, Tyre Nichols being the latest. And what we're really calling for is accountability. We want all families to know that if there is wrongdoing by a police officer, that someone will be held accountable. And that should be true of policing as it is in any other profession in America. So we are calling on Republicans across the aisle in the Senate and the House to work with us. We've talked with Senator Tim Scott. I've talked with several Republicans just today about the need for us to come together and pass public safety that's meaningful reform to keep all of our communities safe.
You know, you didn't really reveal all that much after you and other lawmakers met with President Biden last week to discuss police reform. But give us your honest assessment. Are you hopeful that there could be a path forward in this Congress? And could the president's message tonight make a difference at all?
Absolutely. Look, people told us we weren't going to pass comprehensive gun safety legislation. But with the president's leadership, we did. It was the first comprehensive bill in 30 years. They told us we wouldn't be able to pass bipartisan infrastructure legislation, but we came together and we found a way to do it. We are hopeful that with the president's leadership talking to the American people and the American people talking to their representatives and senators, that we will absolutely move forward. Why? Because everyone should be for safe communities. This is not a partisan issue. It's not a Republican or Democrat or independent issue. This is not only a Black or brown issue. This is an issue that affects all communities. It may have been Tyre Nichols yesterday, but it could be anyone else today or tomorrow.
You know, but as we have heard, it really will be likely an uphill battle getting any kind of police reform through a Republican-led House. Do you feel that there is a chance?
Yes. They said we couldn't get civil rights done. Things that are important enough for the American people, when we put party and partisanship aside, when we really look at the fundamentals of what we're asking for, we're not asking for anything more as parents, as mom and dads, as brothers and sisters, but for our kids to be able to come home safe. Yes, we want police officers to come home safe as well. This is not a choice between supporting law enforcement or not. We can do both. Support law enforcement and ensure that bad policing doesn't exist anywhere in America.
Our thanks to Congressman Horsford. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.